welcome to a new session. So till now we have dealt with some basics of Python programming language, and in this session we will learn how to execute decisions in Python using different conditional statements. Normally codes are executed sequentially in Python, and this happens when there is no condition associated with the particular statement. So if you put some condition for a block of statements, the flow of execution might change, because during that time it is based on the result evaluated by the specific condition given, and this process can be termed as decision making. In Python we use different forms of if statements for decision making, and they are symbol if else, ELIF and nested if. So now let's move to the syntax part. You can see the syntax over there: if condition colon statements, and you can see a spacing in the second line, and that is known as indentation, and a colon is a must and that is required. It separates the header of the compound statement from the body, and we will learn more about indentation and other forms of if statements when we go to Jupyter Notebook. Now let's see how to use if statements in Jupyter Notebook. For that, let me show you an example. I'm declaring a new variable, age is equal to 20, and I need to see whether an individual is eligible to vote in an election. What's the basic criteria for that? If he is less than 18 years, he is not eligible to vote. If his age is equal to 18 or more than that, he is eligible to vote. So whenever there is a condition, I'll use if statement. So here there is a condition, like if he is less than 18 years, he is not eligible to vote, and if he is more than 18 years of age or equal to 18 years, he is eligible to vote. So if age greater than or equal to 18, and that's our condition, enter print eligible to vote. So you can see a space over here, because print or the space to type appeared not just below the if statement, so there's a spacing between that. So that is known as indentation. Indentation can be one space, two spaces, or three spaces. So let's display the message, and he's eligible to vote because his age is 20. What if he is 17 years? There is no message because we have not declared that. For that, first you need to get out of if block. For that, press backspace, use else statement, else colon. Now we are in another block. Okay, so type print. What's the message? He is not eligible. So this person is not eligible because his age is 17. What if his age is 10? He is not eligible because his age is less than 18. And what if he is 40? He is eligible to vote because his age is more than 18. In the previous example, I spoke to you about indentation, but I think we need a little more explanation about that. I'll show you the example. A is equal to 10, and I need to check whether this value is greater than or equal to 8. So if a greater than or equal to 8, print OK. So you can see that a space got appeared in the second line, and that is known as indentation. So if that indentation is not right, it would result in an error message. So let's try that. So the message got displayed, that is OK. And if I am getting out of this block and not using indentation in the right way, the message displayed would be indentation error, expected an intended block. Now let's go back to the previous example. If I want to enter the age at runtime, I should use input statement. So for that, a is equal to input, enter your age, and I can enter the age 25. Now let's see if there is any error message once we execute if statement. If a greater than or equal to 18, print eligible to vote. And you can see one error message. The message states that not supported between instances of string and int. So you should remember that this input statement would be read as string in a default way. Now if you want to enter a number, you should declare it as int. So int input, enter your age. Now let's execute this. 25, and now the message can be seen as eligible to vote. Till now we have seen if, else and entering a number during runtime. Now I need to see whether a number is positive, negative or 0. So for that I need to check more than one condition. So how do I do that? For that, n is equal to int input, enter a number. So I can enter a number over here. So I'm entering 20. So here I can, so the number can be positive, negative or 0. So I need to check more than one condition. So if a number is greater than 0, it is positive. If a number is less than 0, it is negative, and the number can be 0 itself. So let's do that. If n greater than 0, print positive. And there is another condition, because if the number is less than 0, it should be negative. So I need to get out of this block and type the keyword ELIF for that. ELIF n less than 0. So ELIF is nothing but else if. Okay, so print negative, and if the number is neither positive nor negative, it should obviously be 0. So I need to use the keyword else print 0. So here I am not giving any condition, because if the number is neither positive nor negative, I know that it's 0. So, and that's it. So now let me try with another number, negative 45, and the answer is negative. So let's try with 0. If I type 0, the answer is 0. I hope everything is going fine till now. The next concept is nested if. Nested if means if statements within if statement. So let me show you an example. A is equal to 100, B is equal to 200, and C is equal to 300. And we need to check which one of these is the greatest. For that, I'll use if statements. If A greater than B, if A greater than C. So if my first condition is right, I have to check for my second condition, and if both these statements are correct, it means A is the greatest. So print A is the greatest. And suppose if my second condition is wrong, it means C is the greatest. So for that, else print C is the greatest. And if my first condition itself is wrong, what would I do? So for that, ELIF B greater than C. So if my first condition is wrong, it means A is less than B. So now we need to check between B and C. ELIF B greater than C, print B is the greatest. And if suppose B is not the greatest among these three, who all are left? A and B are gone, and the only one left is C. So else print C is the greatest. Now let's check for the output, and the output is C is the greatest. Now let me change the values. A is equal to 700, B is equal to 900, and let's C remains the same, and you can see that B is the greatest now because B's value is 900. And let me change the value of C 1200, and now the value of C is changed to 1200, and the output is changed to C is the greatest. And that's all for this session. I hope you guys have got a good understanding about the concepts that we have discussed in this session. So practice these concepts very well before moving to the next session, and don't forget to post your comments, feedback and suggestions. Have a good day.